Go for it.
And 1, 2, 3, run! Welcome back to the Burnt Beyond podcast, brought to you by the postal system.
Yes, your local postmaster. Thank your local postmaster. He works hard.
So we missed last week because someone had to go to Wisconsin.
I went to Wisconsin to install 174 lockers in a post office at short notice.
Because he does that now, I guess.
Gotta do what you gotta do to make the
Tell
bucks.
us about it. How'd the week
book
go?
the bucks.
You were there for a week.
There for a week. Equally great and chaotic. The week started off, we got there Sunday, drove out, and then got to the hotel.
Did you do stuff that Sunday? Because Gary was like, no, we gotta work.
We went and checked it out, but I don't think we did anything.
You didn't move material?
No, we got there later in the day, though. That's the thing. So we got there, got in the hotel, went and checked out the job site, see where all our shit was. Did we even go? I don't even remember if we went up there or not. We might have, but fucking got set up in the hotel. Possibly went over there. I don't remember. It's a fucking week ago. I don't remember what I did yesterday. Post office does not function how I thought a post office would function.
How did you think it would function?
Not that way. I didn't know. I thought it was people. Like, I thought a big bucket of fucking mail showed up, and then you had like 100 people sorting through it all. But there's a big conveyor belt thing. So it's a big machine. It's kind of in an L shape. There's like one person that loads all the mail on. The mail comes in the shipping bay. They get their carts full of mail. They put it in the fucking totes. It goes onto the fucking conveyor belt, sorts it out. I don't know exactly. It was like scanning it and then dumping it down the different tracks. There's like 50 different tracks for it to run down into other bins. Drops into those bins. The mailman then goes over, grabs his bin for his route, and then they've got these like stations with fucking filing slots. So I'm pretty sure each filing slot was a person's house.
What is these filing slots? That's one thing I haven't.
It's so
gotten. You're like, is it like a cubby? Or
so
is it
it's like it's basically an L-shaped desk, desk, and then it comes up.
Okay.
So it's like a shelf. So you got like 5 shelves with dividers about that thin between each divider. Where you just slide like envelopes, magazines, everything into. They slide them all into, I'm guessing, what's each house.
Okay.
And then those, like, when you see a mail truck and they got those white bins, is just taking them, putting them into those bins. Taking them, putting them into those bins. And then when they're done, they load up their cart, bring them back to the mail truck, and they ship out for the day.
Okay.
They go deliver their mail.
What time do they get out by, roughly? Like they leave?
So we were getting there at 7 a.m., I believe. Yeah, we were getting there at 7 a.m., and by the time we were there, the mail sorter was already going. People were already sorting out their bins. Everybody was out of there probably by like, I think about 10, 11 o'clock. All of a sudden the place is just dead. There's not a fucking soul in the building except some like the maintenance people and obviously the construction crew that was working on the remodel. And then I want to say around 2 to 3 o'clock, they all shipped back in. The place was buzzing again. Everybody was turning in. They have these little like scanners that they have to use.
Is it like the scanners we used at Cobra?
Yes, exactly. They're NCR.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's the exact same scanner we used at Coburn. So they would turn those in, because I would go to the bathroom like midday and I'd come out and the table full of the scanners is right there, and suddenly I'm just in a crowd of mailmen.
Okay.
Do not fit in. I'm like one of the only guys there that's not wearing high vis. I'm just wearing like my Carhartt hoodie or a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt.
Okay.
So a little out of place. So
They're
yeah,
sitting there like, how did you get in the building?
exactly. Some people gave me that look like, are you even supposed to be in here right now?
Yeah,
You got like
I'm
Gary and Kenny are in high vis t-shirts.
I'm part of the crew.
Yeah, I'm the locker guy. I'm installing your lockers.
So you were in like these lockers were being installed in like the bathrooms or like the
locker room. So yeah, you would walk in, like the main big warehouse with the fucking conveyor belt, all the sorting things. On the far right side of the building was like the intake, where like all the big stuff came in, and then there was a docking bay back there for some of like the bigger box truck mail trucks.
My main question is like, was there another restroom somewhere? Where are people letting nature take its course?
So
if you're sitting there going, with fucking...
At the front of the building, there was a bathroom. That's the one I had to use consistently because it was the only one that had toilet paper. Because we were in one. Like, I could piss in the bathroom that we were in or whatever. I just couldn't take shits because
Why
of the
didn't
toilet paper.
you could have just grabbed one. Right.
Yeah, and then I'm stinking up the space that we're working in. And that's not fun for anybody involved.
Yeah, all three. You were like, oh.
Well, you just for the next hour just fucking working in stink.
Okay.
So they had the one up front, which we did end up having to work on that one up there. We had to go into the female bathroom and put in a tampon dispenser and a paper towel dispenser up there. So that one was under construction at some point, but that was the last day of 7. But yeah, and then so you walk in the front door, mainly everything is off to the right, so then you go straight back.
Yep.
There's the garage with all the fucking mail trucks, the Grummins and whatnot. And then right to the left, you got the men's locker room, and then up and around the corner is the females' locker room.
You were telling me about how you wanted to, like, sneak in there and, like, look at the Grummins.
Yeah.
The Grumman is, like, the mail truck.
The classic mail truck. When you think of a mail truck, you're thinking of the Grumman.
Yeah. So you were explaining to me, like, oh, I need to get into the garage. But, like, every time you would say that you would try and kind of sneak over there, people would then suddenly show up.
Yeah.
How did you get in there?
Midday. It was midday once everybody cleared out. No, it was end of the day. It wasn't midday because all the trucks would have been gone at that point.
Yep.
So it was end of the day. There was nobody really there. And we were, like, cleaning up for the day. And I had veered off from the guys. They didn't need me at the moment. So I fucking snuck back there, looked around for a minute. It was like, wow, that's a lot of fucking Grummins. Because it's just a big fucking room. I think it might have even had a dirt floor. I'm not sure. But it was like...
You have that photo, right?
Yeah.
Insert photo now.
But yeah, it's just lines of it. You just only saw like 2 rows.
Yeah.
That's like 2 rows. There's like 20 fucking rows of them. There's a shit ton. But that when I looked up the Postmaster, that specific...
Do they have... Okay, you may not know this. Did they have their own, like, gas pumps there?
I didn't see any.
Okay.
I didn't see any, but I might not have looked.
Well, yeah, I just mean, it might have just been at the back of the building where you didn't see it or something like that. I was curious. Because if you have over, let's say, 100 vehicles,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the point where you now get your own personal gas pump
Yeah,
on the
well, I mean,
property.
farmers and stuff have them, so I wouldn't be surprised.
How often
if
do you
they-
see mail trucks gassing up on the road?
Never.
I saw one the other day, that was it. Well, I was at a speedway, going to the gym, and there was one mail truck, but it didn't even look like he was gassing up.
I've never seen a mail truck gassing up at a gas station, so I'm guessing they did, but when they get the electric ones, they're going to have chargers.
Mm-hmm.
But that specific post office, I think when I looked it up, they deal with like 64 different routes and roughly about 500 post offices. So they're like the big central one, because not every post office has a postmaster, I figured out.
Really?
It's only like the big ones. Like the one downtown here wouldn't have a postmaster, but the one on the other side of town that's over there where all the mail trucks park, that one might. Otherwise, let's say if Monticello's got a big post office, they might handle us, or wherever the big central one is, because this was a big fucking building. So the front was like, they had one small like strip in the front of the building that was like for the public to go drop off and pick up mail and whatnot, and then the whole rest of this huge building, I'll put a picture of the building here, was all just mail sorting and fucking mail carrier people. But they deal with 60 routes, 500 different post offices, and they deal with St. Paul's mail, surprisingly.
Wow.
So I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which is literally not even 10 minutes across the border. Probably about 2 hours away from St. Paul, I want to say. But I guess they are like the main people for St. Paul.
I'm assuming Minneapolis has its own postal.
Yeah,
So
so
you would
Minneapolis
think that
probably
you-
deals with themselves, and then they deal
I
with...
don't know. You would think, but
Yeah, there I was reading something like they deal majorly with St. Paul's mail.
So we one time went down a rabbit hole with looking up the mail system and mail vehicles.
Yeah.
Which is funny that you then went to a post office.
Very funny. It was very fun walking around there being like, I went down a rabbit hole with this place.
So, how were you... Because, like, we sat there and we were like, we have questions for the postal master
Yes.
there. Or postmaster there. How did you, like, I guess, corner him for a second, be like, hey.
So it was normally.
And did you have to explain? Like, I went
I
down
didn't at any point. I didn't get to ask him as many questions as I wanted because he wasn't there for the last like 2 or 3 days. He had an assistant, and I didn't want to bug his assistant too much because I don't know how much he knows compared to the Postmaster who's been doing it for 4 years. But it was mainly just like I'd be going to, because we had all of our stuff, like all the doors, the sides. We could only bring so much into the locker room at a time because of space. So I'd go out there with Gary or by myself to grab something, and he'd just be kind of out, like, supervising, checking stuff out. Or he was really cool. He was cool as a help where, like, point where he would help people, like the construction workers. He's out there building shelves and whatnot, like, putting in the work. So it was mainly, like, moments like that when he was just out there, and I'd be like, hey, what do you think of the Oshkosh?
The Oshkosh is the new vehicle, the electric vehicle that I will be getting in shortly.
Minnesota's supposed to get them this month. That's what we read, and that's the Postmaster said, yeah, I heard that Minnesota's supposed to get them this month, so you guys should be seeing them, but they won't get them, I think, till September, I think is what he said. And he is not pleased. I will not disclose the man's name because he has brash opinions on these new electric vehicles. They're testing them down in Arizona, and any time that it gets between like 90 and 100 degrees, they just stop. They just shut off.
I don't feel like they should be. They better keep the Grummins on standby.
They better do so. Well, he said that when those come in, they're taking all of their mail trucks. He said he will have 4 gas vehicles.
Wow.
He said he talked him into letting them have one of the big box mail trucks purely as a maintenance vehicle. Like a roadside maintenance vehicle. So when the Oshkosh break down, they've got a vehicle to pull up to it. And then the other ones are going to be just like your bigger package deliverers. And they're going to keep those running for a little bit longer. Because I don't think they have an electric solution yet for the big box trucks. I think it's just the Grummins that are getting replaced right now. I don't think that place had any Utilmasters.
Good.
I didn't see any. They were all Grummins.
Okay.
Which is kind of surprising. That was one question I was going to ask them is, do you guys mainly deal with the Grummins? But then when I got back there, and
That's all
these are all fucking Grummins.
Yeah. Anything else to say? No, you were supposed to. Got any more info?
To the young kids watching, please take good care of your school lockers. They're not fun to put together. I don't want to have to replace your lockers when you fucking trash them up.
I feel like those lockers can take a beating though. Think about all the times in high school where you would throw yourself. I don't know. Either
I threw a kid into a locker. I mean, the front. It depends.
I didn't want to put words in fucking.
I mean, you got also the kids that would fucking like pile them full of milk, and now you got a fucking, it's fucking rusting because the janitor had to fucking go through it and
those
scrub it.
Were pretty dang sturdy.
They were. And so
They
we
stood
put
the
together.
test of time.
They're sturdy, but they're like. The inside panel pieces of a locker are pretty flimsy. Like you could you can't like take a spike through it, but they're flexible. They're bendable. They're not fun to put together. I
think you could take it if you took a screwdriver. I bet you could.
You'd have to pound on it a few times. Because I mean, there's times when you're like putting the panels together that the holes don't line up, so we have to take these pokers and jab it through and then widen out the hole, and you could easily fucking bore out that hole a little bit bigger to get the bolt through.
Yep.
But I don't know, it's not hard work, it's just monotonous. Each in the city, build them in banks of 3, but each locker itself has like 40 bolts to it. Yeah. And they're fucking 3/8 tiny bolts. They're reaching down in awkward angles like this, getting them up inside. Because when you put on like the door, now all the bolts go up and underneath this lip. So you're just like up and underneath it. Or if you forget to put the hook in, which me and Gary had an issue with that, where he'd put the door on too soon before I could get the middle hooks on. Yeah. And then you're reaching over a door because the door has to be open. So you're reaching in a door again, trying to reach over, which is just a pain in the ass. But I don't know, not bad. They're not heavy or nothing. So I mean, they're heavy, but it's not nothing serious. You got to move them around on a dolly, just pop them where they go. Had a nice system where Kenny laid down the base, then me and Gary assembled them, and then popped them up, and then Kenny went through and mounted them.
Okay. Nice.
I do have one more thing, and it's chickens. Most people, everybody I've told about this has been surprised. Chickens go through your post office daily. I don't know about your post office, but this post office, this post office got chickens on the daily. Like,
Little
baby,
Cross, Wisconsin Postal Distribution Center.
yeah, little baby chicks. There was just a big cart, and you would just hear chirping as you walked by. And then you notice that there's little fluff balls running around in there.
Did you, like, how close did you get to these chickens?
I tried to pet one.
Are they in, like, an air-conditioned room?
Yes, the whole facility is air conditioned pretty well. The locker rooms are not. The men's locker
Specifically
room,
where you were working.
the men's locker room wasn't as bad just because it was bigger. It was a bigger space, so it was pretty. Air flowed through there pretty good. There was like 2 or 3 doors to get into it, so like air had ways to get through. The women's locker room, tiny, no fucking airflow, hot, very fucking hot.
Do you have, you didn't have a fan at all, I assume?
No
I get,
fans.
yeah, I thought probably not, but...
No, not enough space. I mean, in the men's locker room, there would have been enough space. Another thing, the postmaster was so confused because he's like, well, how many lockers are going in each one? And we're like, well, it's like 100 in the big one and then 60 in the women's.
What was he confused about?
They have more women employees than men.
Oh.
So why are we putting in 100 plus fucking men's lockers, but only 60 women's?
Should just, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, take that sign off,
Yeah,
put it over there.
put it on the other one. So there's that, but yeah. Then I put up like handrails, like in the handicap bathrooms. Had to put up handrails because they legally have to have them so you can get in and out of your wheelchair.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it was the postmaster, but it was a different guy. Gary's like, well, which lockers do you want to be the handicap ones? He's like, why do we even need handicap? I don't have any handicap people working here.
It's just what we got.
Yeah, we have to legally put them in.
Yeah. We gotta move on. I got a couple other. Right. I got one random question, then just a couple other topics. Why do things rot?
Why do things rot?
Yes.
Like food?
Sure.
It's chemicals. Like a
Okay.
vegetable, like all fruit and vegetables release gases.
Yep.
And have like chemicals in them. This is gonna keep tipping. So like an apple per se has, I think, arsenic in it.
Okay.
So that arsenic eventually fucking starts to like decompose
Yeah,
the
but-
apple over time.
Okay.
Same thing with vegetables. It's the same way like you can ripen food
Yeah.
faster if you put it in a paper bag with something else.
So that was just a early question to this other question. So, well, I guess it's kind of 2 parts. So, is it because of that, because of food decomposing, why, if you leave something out in the sun per se, you then don't want to eat it?
Oh, God.
Like what?
Okay, you are out at a picnic, let's say.
Yes.
Or a family gathering that's outside. And you leave your food unattended for a little bit. And you're like, you come back to it. And you're like, oh, it's been in the sun for too long. And you don't want to eat it. Is the disgust that you're feeling because you know it has rotted a tiny bit? Is it because it's warm? You know, why do we have that thought in our head that's, it's been in the sun for too long?
For me, it's more or less like if you leave like a platter of cheese or like watermelon out, it dries. Who wants to eat dry watermelon? That's the main thing. Is it's dry and like, I don't want to say it loses flavor, but it definitely tastes different.
Yeah.
After something's sat and dried out in the sun for a while.
Yeah. And I guess the follow-up question to that is, what is the like time limit that something can sit out in the sun until you're like, ugh? But then again, you can't. I was gonna say, yeah, it differs food to food.
Because like a burger, you're not eating a burger after like 30 minutes of baking in the sun. You're not picking that burger back up and sticking that. Watermelon, something like that, as long as it's still got some juice in it and it's not like starting to shrivel or
Yeah.
anything like that.
But it's just
I'll
turning
eat-
white.
I'll eat some warm watermelon that's been basking in the sun or something. But yeah, it differs from food to food. Nobody wants to eat like a soggy banana because a banana's gonna get like soggy in the fucking sun.
The reason why I thought about this is because I was just thinking back to my childhood, I guess, or you probably even know this, like with your mom. You gotta set out your steak, like to unthaw. Right?
Yeah.
But they would set it in the sun.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, why is that okay? And is it just because it's going from a ice cold temperature to
Yeah, it's
warming
just
it
a
up per
thaw.
se, compared to has been cooked now?
It's just basking in the sun,
Basking.
drying out. And I'm
Yeah.
eating a dry fucking sun-cooked steak.
Yeah. So that's where I came up with that. That was just a random thought I had that I wanted to ask on the pod.
Fair.
Another thing too. So, House of the Dragon comes out this the 16th, which is
Yeah.
Sunday, I believe. My feed is getting filled with spoilers, and I'm having to dodge them.
Like spoilers already coming out?
Yes, from people that got early screenings
Oh, I suppose.
and are now like talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I saw,
I have not gotten any of that.
Well, because we talked about this, it'll be on your feed now. But it is like, literally, like I'll see like something or whatever, swipe, and like see the first slide, and then it starts talking about it, and I was like, oh no, yeah. I think I accidentally read through one whole one, and I was like, well, okay.
Well,
And
that's ruined.
Yeah. And I just kicked me off. Well, it was kind of something I knew, but whatever. Yeah, I've been having to literally just dodge spoilers because of it. You didn't watch season 1 while you were there, I assume?
I did.
Because you didn't want to watch it on your
I didn't want to watch it on my phone. I didn't really watch anything on my phone other than just like fucking scrolling through TikToks.
Yeah.
That's another thing. TV fucking blows. I don't know how people do it. Sit and just flip through channels hoping that something
good.
hoping. Like your whole like when you don't have like a streaming service where you can just choose what you watch or something like that, and you're watching TV, you're just hoping something good is on. That or you're DVRing it to make sure that it was fucking recorded so that you could watch it at a later time.
Yep.
You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. I can see how you're staring at that camera.
Yeah.
I can't see the screen.
I can't see
I can't see the screen to tell if it's still recording.
I really thought that.
We'll flip it. It definitely hasn't been a half hour. Hi, I'm getting real up close and personal with y'all here to flip this camera out so that we can tell us that the recording is done. Whatever.
Yeah, so we have a little screen on the camera that like flips around, right?
Yeah.
And the couple times that it's cut out, we've been able to catch it, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we just looked over, saw that the screen has a different display on it, and be like, oh,
yeah,
it cut somewhere. And I just...
I saw you just kind of looking at it.
Just kinda,
like, I don't know how to tell.
I just kind of yeah. Well, you probably saw me like bob my head, like look for a light or something.
He's definitely having the same thought process as me right here.
I feel a lot better now. But yeah, the one, I'm not gonna say it, but I learned, spoiler that I learned a little bit about episode 1.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
And then a tiny bit about, like, episode 2.
Okay, that's as long as you don't get like the ending spoiled for you.
No.
Like, how does the season wrap up?
I have a guess, but...
That could've.
Because I guess, like, so I've read the book, and I kind of know the order that people, you know?
Drop off.
Yeah. So, I have a fair guess of what the end... You know how, like, episode 9 in Game of Thrones is always the big episode?
Yeah.
I have a damn good guess of what it's going to be.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Fair enough.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have 2 guesses, I guess.
Sure.
2 big amounts of it. What else have we been up to? We're putting in hours on Project Zomboid.
Yes, lots of fucking hours on Project Zomboid. Grinding hard.
Project Zomboid is a... What would you call the game? It's a zombie game that has...
Zombie survival game that is 2D.
It's 3D.
Is it 3D?
Yeah. It's 3D, and I think, quote me if I'm wrong, you can look it up, put wrong or right here, in a isometric perspective.
I think it's 2D because the camera angle is stagnant. You never see
Like a... Yeah.
you can't like rotate around an object. It's always just a flat plane of what you can currently see. Yes, you can like turn a car around on screen, but
Yeah. We'll find out.
we will find out. I will find out because I have to edit.
Disclaimer right here about it. But yeah, been playing a lot of that. We got a nice setup going. I got a couple mods installed.
Very fun game. Speaking of the mods installed, I watched a video last night on mods, and I'm gonna find a couple more for you to toss in. I've got a couple. I want emote mods. I found a couple. They're technically called like role playing mods, but it's mainly just so you can have more like gestures.
What's the role play?
There's one, and it's like you have a handgun and you can fucking hold it up sideways.
You should just go fucking get off our server and go join into fucking RP server.
Yeah. Well, that's what these are for. They're mainly for like role playing servers and whatnot. But I think it would make.
I mean, on that one video I saw, I don't know if it might just be a base game feature. I don't know. It's there was one emote that they kept using, which is just put like hands up.
Yeah, I've looked in the game like settings and keybinds, and I don't think there is any base game emotes.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. But yeah, I want that, and then I want a decoration mod
The decoration.
so I can decorate the baseboard. I like
What does it have in it?
I think
What?
think it
Because
just
I know you
adds-
probably saw some screenshots or some video of it. So what was catching your eye?
more like poster textures,
Okay.
more like I don't think there was more stuff. There might be more stuffed animals, but the main thing that there was, it was like when you place a fridge,
Yep.
it'll give you an option of like 3 different variants. So like you can have just a plain fridge, you can have a fridge that's got like notes on the fucking fridge and pictures taped up on it, or you can have like a dilapidated fridge. Or like say a cupboard. You can get one that's like a cupboard that has the door like perfect. You can place it so the door is like hanging half open, or you can place it so like one of the cabinet doors is like falling off. Like
Okay.
cool shit like that, just to give it a little more feel.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And then there was one other one that I don't have screenshotted on here that I'll have to go find again, but that I want to find that trailer mod. I want better towing. I love towing in the game. It's so simple, but I enjoy towing
Yeah.
things.
Compared to this one, where it's like, it's weird because it's not like on like a pivotal hitch. I guess it's
Yeah.
like if there's a wreck and you need to move the car over, you have to quickly like push it that way so it hits its box
Yeah.
on your
And
its
then bounces
invisible
back
box
over.
bounces back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
very
now you're
odd.
going towards the tree, so you gotta quickly swing it back. It's yeah.
I just want a better towing mod, and the towing mod that I found before. It's just that one towing mod that I'll just have to find so I can send it to you. It allows you to be able to back up things while towing, because that's one thing. It's like when we tow a vehicle in that doesn't run,
Yeah.
you just have to pull it into a spot the best you can. Where I'd rather be able to pull up, back it in like I'm backing in a trailer or something, which would be really nice.
Okay. One thing I don't like is we have a mod that has like a bunch of vehicle packs in it.
Yeah.
The big vehicles are such an issue with like trying to get in, like, working on the mechanics.
UI.
Yeah, which I think it might be.
I know that's so.
You know how there's that little like green box on the ground that, like when you're at the front of a car, it's
Yes.
the green box or whatever. I think that green box is probably placed like.
It's on the side of the semis.
Well, no, that's
The semi hood opens
Yeah.
sideways.
Sure.
Some semi hoods flip open to the side, some flip up like this. The one in the game flips open like this.
Okay. Because I mean, I see it when I go like to the. You see 2 boxes when
That's
you go
not
to
the box.
get when you go to get in it.
Yep, so there's a specific angle that you stand
Yep.
that it'll give you a big box that covers the whole hood. So it's not those 2. I don't know what the second box is. One of them obviously is to get in.
Yeah.
But the other one is not to open the vehicle UI.
Okay.
So when you gotta like stand at the perfect angle and it'll give you a big box that covers the whole hood pretty much.
I was thinking that it was just like 3 feet back or something.
Okay.
Like it was in the middle, let's say, of like in between the actual trailer and the cab.
Yeah.
And then because your character's not standing in it, that's why it's flicking that panel away
Okay.
immediately. That was my thought. My
Yeah.
only idea of why
Yeah,
it was.
because I did get it to open, and then you got to just get that perfect angle where it gives you the big box.
Okay.
Can't think of any other mods that I wanted, but I think we need a few more mods.
I don't know. It's a very fun game. Very I think I'm at like 150 hours. It is now my 3rd most played game.
Is it?
Yeah. Putting in work.
Yeah, I don't know, my third most played is probably going to be Elden Ring or something like that. And that's just because I have a lot, my Elden Ring hours are really fucked up because there's a lot of times that I've just been like sitting on the fucking home screen. Just leaving that, not the audio playing, but just the fucking like new game continue screen.
Yeah.
I've just been sitting on that for a while. The days that I boot it up and I'm like, I want to play, and then I fucking play, get frustrated, and then just go back to the main menu. Like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, no, you're just scrolling on your phone while your hours are ticking up.
Yeah. Leaving it on while I'm at work.
Yeah.
We've brought this up every week, and I'm gonna bring it up again. Black Ops 6. It looks fucking great. It's worrying.
Why you have because you have a gameplay trailer now?
I have a gameplay trailer. A little bit of gameplay was in that trailer. It looks very promising. Looks very, very promising. The new movement mechanic looks cool. the maps all look cool. They're going back to the 3-lane maps, which is classic. I think they got away from that either Black Ops 4 or Modern Warfare when they made the maps more like open, so you could kind of run everywhere and anywhere, which people did not like. People loved that fucking 3-lane, like Black Ops like Nuketown, where you can go up the right side, you can go up the left side, and you can go up through that.
When you were describing it to me, that's how I was like, I was literally thought of Nuketown. I was like, well, there's the lane on the left.
Cause fuck you, Activision, for making fucking zombies an open world experience. I'd never even played it.
I don't know
all
what
the
they...
fucking. So all it was like open world. You played as an operator instead of like a zombies character, and it had like objectives that you would go to. So like you would kill zombies out in a field or whatever while you're trying to get to a boss. So then there was no like Easter egg to get to the boss, as far as I'm aware. So you'd run over to the area, you'd get all your loot, all your guns ready, you'd go over, fight this boss, you'd fight that boss, go over, fight a different boss, do whatever. Okay, you killed both the bosses on the map. Now you extract. Now you gotta go to the extraction zone and then extract out. That's not zombies, in my opinion. That's fucking...
Was there like doors? Was there doors?
I'm sure there was doors you had to buy to get through this open world, but it was open world. That was their thing they were trying... Everybody wants to make fucking open world shit.
Yeah.
Supposedly the campaign is going to be open world, which, that's fine. That can be pulled off. They can do that if you, like, have to run up to a character, get your mission or whatever.
Yep.
Like, there's, like, central headquarters or whatever. Because I don't know if you caught it, but you're not, like... playing, like, your character isn't a part of like a military group, so like all the other Black Ops, like you were a part of like a special ops team fighting with your team. This one you're going rogue, so you are a rogue operative that is being attacked from within, or something like that, which is pretty cool. That looks really promising. It looks really promising. The only thing that's got me worried is story for the zombies.
Yeah.
Because they showed the same 4 operators in the multiplayer trailer as the same 4 operatives in the fucking zombies trailer. And nobody wants that. Not a single soul wants that. We want 4 characters.
I'm sure there's one guy out there.
No, there's not. And if he is out there, I'm knocking his ass out, so he can't change opinions.
It's the fucking, that, I don't know, the one guy, the South Park fucking fat guy.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'm really a big fan of being able to choose my operator.
Yeah.
No, fuck you. I want 4 characters that have story, have individual dialogues that they talk to each other. Like, I want to fucking open a door as Nikolai with Dempsey standing next to me, and Dempsey's like fucking yelling at Nikolai for buying the door or something. I want shit like that. I don't want 4 random people that I don't get attached to. I'm like Nikolai, Tank Dempsey, fucking Richtofen, and fucking Takeo.
Could they
are connected to my soul.
Could they somehow bring them back? I know that's very... So, story's done.
Ether story is
I was thinking about that, as in, like, if they somehow just brought back that crew, continued their story,
so
I feel like they would fuck it up. You know, it's like, stories, it was started, it was done, I feel like they would add shit, and then it would... either make...
It's so complicated with how they ended it, but I feel like they could, but they'd have to start with Primus. So Primus is the ones where they were wearing the Crusader armor. Crusader type armor with the staves. So they'd have to bring it back and almost do like a prequel, if anything. Okay. Start at a prequel, build it up to the point. And then that would be that. And then I don't know how they would continue it from there, but because when the game ends in Black Ops 4, when they concluded it on the Mob of the Dead map where they fucking drain Richtofen's blood, Primus comes through, you've done fucked up Richtofen, goes back through the portal. That's the only way I could see it happening, because Primus Richtofen is still technically alive and around. Meaning the rest of the Primus crew is alive and around.
They could definitely do something where, like, I mean, like, end of Origin or Revelations happens, right?
Yeah.
And then literally, like, it shows, like, I don't know, first map starts out with a cutscene of, like, basically right at the end of the last cutscene of Revelations.
Revelations was at the end. So Revelations happens, and then there's the whole merge of Broken Arrow, which is the transit crew. They were test subjects that they needed their blood from. So in the Mob of the Dead map on Black Ops 4, they go into the basement where the Broken Arrow lab is. Those 4 are there. They extract the souls or the blood or whatever they do. And then the final sacrifice has to happen because Richtofen went back into the future, got his own blood vial, which fucked up the time continuum because in Revelations, they were supposed to all technically vanish. But he had their old future blood vials to fucking secure their future so that they could stay alive. But that fucked up the timeline, so when they went to Mob, they got stuck in Purgatory. Richtofen had to get hooked up to the machine and give up his blood, and then die to save the universe. Got it? No. Got it?
No.
I know a lot, and I definitely botched that explanation.
I was gonna say props to you for fucking just.
I definitely botched that explanation, but that is the gist of it.
Jesus.
Like I said, those 4 characters are a part of my soul.
Yeah.
Do not fuck with zombies. Ugh. They could bring it back. I personally think they could bring it back. They tried with Modern Warfare Zombies, because Modern Warfare Zombies was like, in the future, these operatives went into like a World War II bunker. They found Element 115. They fucked with Element 115, brought back the zombies. But at this point, Samantha is now grown up.
Yep.
So she is like the boss of this operative team or whatever. Okay. So she's kind of controlling this operative team. I think I never played it, so I'm probably botching that. But from my understanding of what I've watched, she's older in it. She is. But that flopped. Nobody liked that. Yeah. I think they made an announcement that none of that was canon because it was so hated, so fucking shitly written.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Do we have a release date?
It's always November.
Like this November?
Yep. They come out with a COD every fucking October, November.
Okay.
Around that time. It'll either come out October or November, but this will be the first COD that I pre-order in a long time. I pre-ordered Black Ops 3, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last COD I pre-ordered.
A while ago.
A while ago. So I will be pre-ordering this because I want to play the beta. Which zombies won't be in the beta, but multiplayer will be. It'll be cool to get a feel for it. And the skins. The skins that they put out, like, OG skins are coming back. Like, good, cool fucking skins. Fucking not a fan of character operative, like, skin characters. It's all just fucking microtransactions. But I'll be able to play as Brutus in multiplayer, which will be pretty fucking cool. Brutus is the warden in Mob of the Dead. You never played Mob of the Dead.
Yeah.
Me and you just need to sit down and play Black Ops 2. I'll hook up the 360 and we'll just have a fucking day of playing Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
Fucking that, and then they're bringing back the classic Prestige system. So, because I guess I didn't even know they got rid of that. So you'll have your Prestige 1 through 15 again. Good fucking.
15 Prestiges?
I think so.
Jesus.
Yep.
Not that much.
Yeah. I think maybe this one's going to 15, but I think the older ones only went to 9, if I'm correct.
No. I thought it was like 9 or
maybe
11 or something. I don't know.
Because Black Ops 3, they did it in Black Ops 3, like once you got to a certain point, you were just Prestige Master, and then you just kept leveling up, so you could be like Prestige Master, fucking level whatever. But yeah. That's my rant on Black Ops 6, and I will continue to rant about it probably until
every
it comes
fucking
out.
week.
Every week you will get my next opinion. No, I'll try to keep it to every time a trailer comes out or something.
I was gonna say, you literally every time in this trailer it's worrying me because this and
they can't fuck it up. They can't fuck up another COD game. But the reception to the trailer seemed good. Like in the comments, everybody was like, "COD's back! God bless Treyarch! Treyarch save us all!"
What was the last Treyarch COD?
Cold War. So 4 years ago they came out with Cold War. So they've had 4 years to make this game.
Yeah. Alright, that's been a while.
Yep. They've had plenty of time to fucking sit and go, okay, what do we got to go back to? What do we got to change? How do we make sure COD does not fail as a franchise? Because I feel like they only have like 1 or 2 more bad CODs to put out before people are like, I'm not doing this anymore.
You think?
They have their diehard fans that will always buy the COD game every year because that's all they play.
Yeah.
Just to fucking get their gold guns and their black matter and whatnot. But That's another thing. I better get a cool fucking gold and diamond, and it better be diamond. It better be fucking diamond. Sick of black matter.
Again,
Sick of fucking black matter. That's not.
I don't know too much about COD. I haven't played a COD religiously since BO3.
I played not the last Modern Warfare, but the one before. It was what? No. Yeah. No, yeah, it would have been the one, not this last one, but the one before, because that was the one that when I was training with Scotty, me and him were talking about our grind to gold.
Okay.
I got decently far. I got probably about halfway through all the gold guns before it just became that monotonous COD grind.
Yeah. Fair. Oh. What else is there on the list? Oh, school started for me.
Nope.
So, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Hey. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So, semester for summer is all condensed. So, it's all like, instead of 16 weeks, it's 8 weeks. And I'm taking 4 classes, which my counselor said that I shouldn't, but I am.
But you are.
Yeah.
Gonna stress yourself to fucking death.
Yeah. So I'm taking ethics, abnormal psychology, marriage and family, and juvenile justice. Just done with a week 1 now. Finished it up.
There you go. How many more weeks to go?
7.
7 weeks.
One thing too. So the semester finals are on my next drill week. So I am going to. So that second to last week is going to be rough because probably 3 weeks to the end, I'm going to email them and be like, hey, I have drill. Can I get the final stuff opened up to me a week early?
Yeah.
So I can just work on it all of this week because I would only have. Because remember, I'm going up 2 days earlier than everyone else to do the storage stuff. So I'm going to be going up on Wednesday. And usually all the class stuff usually drops on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, depending on the class. So I would have a day or 2.
Fun.
That's it. Yeah.
Fun.
So I'm going to ask for it to be opened up before. But yeah, it's going all right, I guess. Very nice. Also, apparently every other podcaster, I got into jiu-jitsu, I guess.
Every other podcaster.
Yeah, every other podcaster. I don't know. I went to 2 classes, and
Now he thinks he can choke me out.
I guess. Put the winner's name right here. Put the winner's name right here.
I haven't even taken jiu-jitsu, and I feel like I could put you in a chokehold. I feel like I could get you down now. It's been a few years since we fought.
It has been. But yeah, I will be taking him to class tonight.
I get to go, but I have to fucking figure out what I'm gonna do with my hair. I might have to rock braids.
I reckon you try the braids out quick. If it doesn't feel comfortable or you don't like them or something like that,
Yeah.
you then just pop either the man bun or just a ponytail.
Yeah, it's something to keep my hair out of my face. Because from what I read, it doesn't. You don't have to tie it up. It's just for your own sake because your hair is gonna get sat on. Your hair is gonna get pulled.
Yeah,
like my hair.
It'll be rubbing
and
and
get pulled. This might be what gets me to cut my hair. If I enjoy this enough, which I feel like I'm gonna, because I've wanted to fucking get into combat sports for years.
And second, are we going to both or just one?
It don't matter to me.
Okay. I'm assuming he'll probably cut you that.
Yeah, I don't care if he does or doesn't.
Okay. Got anything else, really? That's about it.
I did have one thing. I feel like. One second. Let me look at my.
But yeah, I've been to 2 Muay Thai classes, 2 Jiu-Jitsu classes, and then feeling tonight.
I have one thing, maybe 2 things. Did you hear about the cricket?
Wait, no, hold up. Look, this dude's got a fucking ponytail.
I'm ready to go. The cricket? Did you hear about USA competing in the cricket tournament or whatever?
Didn't we beat the number 1 team out of?
We got invited. Yes, so we got invited to some big open.
Were we gonna be the laughing stock?
We don't have a cricket team. We have baseball. I don't know who we sent.
We got what?
But we whooped them.
We just got some guys.
We whooped fucking ass.
Put some guys together.
Yeah, and it's funny because you the shots of the fans You've got like your cricket fans that are wearing like their cricket jerseys of their favorite players and everything. We don't have a cricket team, so all our fans showed up in the big Uncle Sam hats, red, white, and blue fucking cut-off sleeve vests and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just like true fucking Americans just showing up.
Nice. I guess we'll have a quick sports segment as well. My Oilers lost game 1.
Yep.
Sadly, the score 0-3. We didn't get a single goal.
They played hard though.
Did they?
Played, yes.
Okay.
They played very good. The only thing I was watching the commentators, and the commentators were saying the Oilers don't need to change a single thing they're doing.
Yeah.
The Panthers just have a hell of a fucking goalie.
The only thing I saw, I didn't watch clips or nothing. The only thing I saw was like one little snippet, and it was like that was a hard fought game for game 1. But I was like, and then I saw the box score, and I was like, those don't look hard fought, but okay.
No, it was like they played hard and they played good. They weren't like slacking or nothing. They weren't lacking on shots or anything. It was just the Panthers goalie is crazy good, crazy fucking good.
Game 2 tonight. We'll see if they
tonight, and then I don't know if it's tonight is game 3 of Celtics,
which Celtics are,
but
whooping.
I want to see them just sweep the Mavs. They sweep the Mavs, I will be so happy.
Is it because of just what they did to our poor boys?
Yes, I keep seeing a bunch of memes that are like, "Go fucking Boston Timber Celtics." They call them the Timber Celtics, like Minnesota fans.
Nice, the Timber Celtics.
Avenge our boys. Sweep the fucking Mavs 4-0.
Yeah.
Do it.
We'll get a little more time in here. I love summer. Don't want it to end. Want it to keep going. But I really want it to be like fall, like specifically like football season.
Yeah, of course. Football season. So.
Like I'm itching for some fantasy football.
Yeah, fantasy football.
I miss that stress in my life.
Yep, that can't come any sooner.
Yeah, that's about all I was gonna say about that. Really.
I had a topic, but it's really weird putting it at the end here because it has to do with lacrosse. Because I was going to talk about river settlement towns.
Huh?
Because that town is old. It's a very old town. So
What town are you talking about?
Lacrosse.
Oh.
Wisconsin. I'm not talking about the sport of lacrosse.
We were on sports, and we were like, I want to talk about lacrosse. And I was like, okay, it's sport topic. And then...
No, lacrosse, the town that I was in for a week. So the town itself is built on where the Mississippi meets 2 other rivers.
Do you know the population?
No,
okay.
I do not. I'd have to look that up. Population here. But it's a town built where 3 rivers converge. So you got the Mississippi. They all go into the Mississippi. So it's 2 other ones going into the Mississippi. I don't remember what they were. I think one of them's called like the Big Iron River or something like that.
Okay.
But it's very much so like a river settlement water town because you pull in, you go across the huge bridge and you look out over the river. It's all fucking houseboats. Yachts, pontoons, like that restaurant we went and ate at the last day before we went there. Like, you pull up in your yacht to the fucking place. It was fucking badass, eating with just a bunch of yachts around you. But the town itself, like, all of the buildings.
Do they serve people, like, on their yachts? Like, is that just a table?
I don't think they, like, bring the food out to the yacht. They might have some sort of special service like that.
They better, because I can just imagine, you know, like, a waiter or waitress or whatever, you know, just go, permission to board?
Yeah. Permission to board.
To bring your food.
No, but that was good food. That was a fun place. But, like, all of the buildings there, they're all really old brick buildings. It's a very, like, historic city. And it's, like, divided up into small sections. And, I mean, like, Gary was talking, he's like, it's all just, like, old buildings with, like, new stuff in it. I'm like, yeah, it's probably historic.
Yeah.
Because it's right on the river. I'm sure people settled up on the river. Because all the old stuff is right along the river. And then the further you get away from the river is where, like, all the new neighborhoods and stuff are. So it's, like, everybody settled back in whatever.
Yeah, dude, this was it was initially when it was like 18 dudes, it was like trapping post.
Yep,
you
trapping
know?
post, logging, sending logs down the river and shit like that.
And then it grew a little bit. You got like, I don't know, population of like 300, you know? Then it just grew and grew.
You're gonna have a pharmacy, now we're building a brick building,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Gonna have your hospital and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very, very beautiful down there, because like the mountains, the fucking hills were full of trees. So they looked like mountains pulling in. You just see like hills off in the fucking distance, and it's beautiful, and bluffs, huge fucking bluffs on the mountains and whatnot. They keep calling them mountains because they look like whispers.
The mountains.
Very-
The great mountains of
The
Wisconsin.
great mountains of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Vi-
Cut it, end it. No, we're done.
That's it.
We're done.
That's it.
We're done.
Bye, folks.
We're done.
Bye, folks.